Hello, everybody! Welcome to the first celebrity Q&A for Pokemon Revolution Online. Are you guys excited? Thank you guys for joining us today. Thank you. We're going to have such a great time today. I hope everyone enjoys their time. Our two very generous guests, you can see them at the left side, Call Me Rengot and Pinklax, have agreed graciously to be the first guests on this sort of podcast, if you will it, podcast with the video. So we're gonna be welcoming them in a few seconds. Please, guys, be courteous in the chat. Don't be mean. Try to welcome them warmly. All right. And as you guys can see, also my lineup is kind of a flexi lineup this time around. I only have my my best lineup of Pokemon right here. And as you can see, I'm also wearing a suit. I don't even wear suits to actual interviews, to actual job interviews. But for this occasion, I'm wearing my suit. You know, me during my wedding, just in my pajamas. Me during the celebrity Q&A Q&A stream, just tied up, dripped up, wearing my best suit, and of course the Smeargle hat and the tail. I gotta do it, you know I gotta do it. Anyways, I'd like to introduce to you guys our two guests for today. Call Me Rengot and Pinklax. Guys! Hello guys, how are you doing?
Hello.
Hello. Thank you guys for joining us today.
Sure.
How are you guys doing today? Are you guys doing okay?
Yeah. Had no work
fine.
today, so it was kind of chill.
It was kind of chill for you today. I think I might be the one who's the most excited and nervous at the same time for this. This is the first time I'm doing something like this on the channel. For some of you guys, I've heard this is not the first time you've been like interviewed or like gotten on a stream before. Is that correct?
Yep. I've been on a few streams. Not really interviewed, but like more like casually there.
Casual streams, joining casual streams.
Yeah.
Nah.
Friends streams and stuff.
Alright, so today is not going to be formal by any means. It's just going to be like a casual stream. We're just going to be chatting, asking you the questions, the most questions that were on people's minds that they would like to share with you guys. Hopefully you guys enjoy it before anything else. Try to answer to the best of your abilities. If any of the questions you feel that they are like inappropriate, or you just plain don't feel like you want to answer, just say that you don't want to answer at any time. All right?
All right.
Okay, so for those of you watching the stream, guys, we are going to be hanging out in Vermilion City Poke Center. If you guys want to join anytime, we're just going to be chilling here around. If you guys want to show up on stream, this is going to be like a mini party, okay? All right, so would you like us to begin with the questions now, guys?
Sure.
All right, sure thing.
I'm ready.
Okay, all right. For those of you who submitted the questions, guys, some of you asked to be anonymous, and we are going to stay true to that. Most of the ones who asked for their questions to be anonymous are going to be asked anonymously, but some of the questions were directed either towards Ren or towards Pinklax, so we're going to be saying whether it's going to be directed to either of those and the question itself. So let's begin. Our first question comes from Raika, and it is directed towards you, Ren. What is your favorite food?
Actually, I don't really have like one specific favorite food.
I know, right? It's so hard to just like pick one. And,
yeah.
And he didn't even
exactly.
say he didn't even say whether he like a dessert or like a dish, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. It's really hard. I personally, if I had to choose, probably kebab.
Kebab. Ooh, you like
Yeah,
kebab?
probably.
Do you eat it in like sandwiches or do you eat it like on skewers?
No, on sandwiches, mostly here in Germany.
Oh, okay, that's why. Okay. What about
Yeah,
if we were to ask for desserts? You said like a dish, like a savory dish. How about the desserts?
Yeah.
Banana
really
says
good
your
question.
favorite has to be banana. You must love banana. I love banana.
I mean, I like banana. Yeah, I'm not really that much of a dessert guy,
Oh.
but
You're not even you don't seem even to be like the type of gourmet guy who like has one.
yeah, no,
It was very picky about
not really.
Well, it
Just-
is, at least it's like better for you in life, right? It makes it easier for you.
Yeah, it's just way simpler.
Yeah, right.
I'm not like one
Very
who like
picky,
I don't
yeah,
know.
picky.
I can even eat the same stuff for like 2 or 3 days. I really don't care about
yeah,
this.
it makes things easier, especially if you live alone.
Yeah.
All right, so let's head to the next question. The next question is to you, Pinklax, and it's also from Raika. You ready, Pink?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. Raika says, "Do you have any hobbies besides playing pro?"
I used to be a volleyball player.
Oh, volleyball.
Yeah, but I stopped
that is
like
very unique.
some years ago, and I didn't get back into it.
Uh-huh.
And I regret that because it was pretty fun.
You were playing it
But,
when you were young, or like just a couple of years
at
back?
college time, so between my 10 years old
Mhm.
and stopped like when I was 23.
Okay, so 13 years.
Yeah.
That is. Some people would argue that that's a long period, almost to call it a half a career or something.
Yeah, it was not the top level. It was from between a regional and national player, national level in French.
Uh-huh.
So still okay, but not like a career.
Not like okay. But you used to enjoy it a lot.
Yeah.
That's why
Yeah.
you kept going at it for 13 years. But you weren't forced
Yeah.
into it by any of your parents, or did they just like give you a suggestion about it?
At the beginning, it was I was at the primary school, and to be in the city I want at the college, I needed to be in volleyball section
Mhm.
because I was too far, and I will not be accepted in this college if I wasn't in the volleyball section.
Oh.
So,
I see.
but I was okay with that because I like the volleyball.
Uh-huh.
It was pretty fine.
Okay, so you were kind of like, let's say, kind of forced into it, but because you liked it, you didn't feel too bad about it.
Yeah, it was for me it was okay.
Wow.
Since
well,
I like the sport and volleyball, it was pretty fine.
if you ask me if anyone would have guessed this just from knowing who Pinklax is, no one would have guessed this, right? Revelation.
Yeah, right.
It's Revelation Day. All right, moving on. A question for the both of you. Okay, so we're gonna take turns answering. So the first question for the both of you is from It's Spooky, and he asks, "What is the rarest / godliest Pokemon you've ever caught?" Let's begin with Pinklax. Well, again, the question: What is the rarest or godliest Pokemon you've ever caught in Pro?
I think it's my Magnezone. I don't know if I'm
The Magnezone.
forgetting. Yeah, let me link you so you can
I'm
have
guessing
a
it's shiny?
visual. No, it's just a very godly one.
Just a very godly one. Okay, so I'm guessing 30 speed, 30 special attack. Okay, so we have the
Yeah,
wing.
and it was a pretty random catch.
Oh, wow! This is... wait, 30 speed, 26 special attack, 31, 31, and 23. This was a random catch.
Yeah, because I was hunting for Cyndaquil, who is one of my favorite poke,
Okay.
and I was catching sometimes some Magnemite. I found 28 speed, 20 plus,
Wow.
but my guildmate was like, oh, he's trash, not even 30 speed, really trash. And I was like, okay, it's fine for me, I like it, I don't need a better one. And later, I was versus a Magnemite, and I said, why not this one? I checked it was Magnet Pool, I catch it, and this was this one.
Ah, it's so trash. 28 speed, my god, not even 30 speed.
So
Reminds
I
me of-
came back with this one, and
He
I said,
said,
what
"Okay,
about this one?
Okay, how about this one? 30 speed. Do you have anything to argue about?
No argument after
In
that.
your face. Well, to be honest, I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. Catching this being a random catch is godly in and of itself. Some people might argue that the Magnezone itself is like not the best Magnezone they've ever seen. Of course, there's someone who's going to come and tell you, oh, so what? I've seen 30 speed, 30 special attack, 25 plus. Of course you have. Of course you have. This is not a competition. You know, some people just sometimes drive the game into such a hard competition thing that it doesn't become fun anymore. Like if you ask yourself the question again, what is someone asking you? What is the rarest, godliest Pokemon you've ever caught? Do you think they're asking you the question just to spite you, just to tell you, oh look, I caught something better? No, it's just for fun, you know. All right, so Ren, what about you?
Shiny was probably my Chikorita.
Chikorita.
Which was, yeah, and godly one, I would say probably my superior, mostly because it was without like membership.
Oh, okay. It's hidden. Let me guess. It's hidden ability and epic.
Yeah. One
Without.
second. Whoops.
Oh, okay.
Right.
It's okay. It's okay. Okay, so we have superior. HP fire, 26 speed, 21 plus. Wow, with no BMS? Was it a random catch or were you trying to hunt?
No, I was hunting, but I didn't see that BMS ran out.
Oh.
So just catch the last one before I
and it turned out to
before
be yeah.
yeah, before I
epic
renewed
one,
my like membership, and it literally turned out to be this one.
The irony. Wow, the irony
Yeah.
of Pro, man. The RNG. It's
Honestly, I was just looking for like a decent superior. Wasn't even expecting like something godly or like
yeah.
anything. Just like any decent, and well, this was literally the first good one
Wow.
I caught, and yeah.
So this is the common thing between you both. Both of you were kind of not thinking of getting something like that, and then it just ended up being like that. Especially you, Ren, when you say your BMS ran out, so your chances are 5%. Add that to the percentage of it being HP fire and syncing correctly and being hidden ability and being 21 plus. It just
Having
all
a
stacks
workable
up.
speed. Yeah.
Exactly. It just all stacks up to being almost a miracle thing, right?
Yeah, basically.
Okay, so we've seen your godliest catches. How about rarest? Like if we're talking rare, like shinies or event forms, what would be the rarest? Let's go with you, Ren, since we were just with you. Let's just finish up with you, and then we'll go back to you, Pinklax.
Yeah, like I said, probably the Chikorita.
The Chikorita.
And when I came back to the game, it's not really rare, but like my Totodile took me like 20 minutes to encounter during Halloween.
What?
So
shiny or?
It was no, just the event form.
Oh, okay.
It was
Halloween.
literally like me coming back to the game, just seeing Halloween
Halloween
event is
okay.
online.
The game is saying welcome.
Basically, I still need the Totodile for the decks. I was like, okay, why not? Just went, and literally the first Totodile I encountered was just
I
the
know
event
someone.
form after like 20 minutes.
I know of someone who has been after Halloween Totodile for 3 years now. 3 years, just trying to get trying to get a Halloween Totodile. And Call Me Ren just walks in. Hey, look! I just came back to the game, and oh, the first Totodile is a Halloween. Yay! Yay RNG!
Yeah,
okay,
basically.
So this is your Chikorita.
But on the other hand, I got the Chikorita, the shiny one, but never got the Halloween one.
Oh wow! Okay, so you got the shiny before the event form.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not going to try to ask you more in-depth questions because I'm sure, 100% sure, someone must have like asked something related to this, or it might actually. So one of the questions might actually lead us to that. Jolly and hidden ability, sheer force. And also it's even decent, like 19 speed, 20 special attack. Damn, that's like the both of the Feraligators that I have combined. Let me show them to you. Hold on. You guys get to flex. Why don't I get to flex as well? So this is the Feraligator, the hidden ability one that I have. It's 2015, but it's not Jolly. This one is Jolly, however. So yours is basically both of mine combined. You have Jolly and hidden ability, which is just insane luck, just insane. Really nice catch.
Actually, not sure if I had Black membership online. I'm not sure that I might have, but
you might, but it's
I can't say for sure.
Still 25%.
Yeah.
Just as we're talking 25% in the first encounter, right?
Yeah, the first Totodile encounter.
Oh, wow. Just wow.
I was like, wow, the odds must be really low. And then I went on to hunt Chikorita, and well, never.
Oh god, no, they are never that low. No. Okay, what about you, Pinklax? Show us your rarest catch.
I think for me it happens this year at the last Halloween event.
Okay.
And I got in 3 days in a row this boss shiny.
The boss. Oh,
a
yes.
Charizard and a Charmander shiny
The infamous
Yeah.
double catch in three
in
3
only
days.
3 days.
Right, 3 days.
Yeah, 3 days.
3 days.
And after I got the Charizard, who was the first I caught, I was like, I'm stop hunting for. I don't need more. I take a break, and when I came back at my work, I hunting like 20 minutes more, and I got the Charmander. It was like,
Damn.
I can't avoid him.
Like, wow. Okay, can't run from him. Did you even think about running from it? Oh no, people are going to think I'm a scammer. I'm a hacker. Time to run away from this shiny
Not
Charmander.
even because I catch both of them when I was in streaming on Discord with my friends.
Oh.
The first time it was insane
proof.
because everyone saw him. It was like, what the fuck, a shiny Charmander. And the second time I was like, what the fuck, another one? Nobody trusts me. I had to catch him and link him, but nobody was trusting me. I was like, I'm not lying. What the fuck?
First reaction, what the hell? A shiny Charmander. Second reaction, same reaction, but a little bit higher voice tone. What the heck? Another shiny Charmander. So thankfully, you say
Just-
you were streaming, right? So you even have. Do you have that recording still or no?
I have the replay when I caught him. I even made a GIF
He
of
made
him.
a gift out of it, yeah.
On both catch, I
Oh.
made a GIF. And sometime on Discord, I
just
flex them.
I flex the GIF. Imagine
Both in the same time. It's pretty fun.
that's the ultimate flex. To be honest, I don't think anyone could have flexed any harder than you. I did not imagine the
Yeah.
first Q&A to be this hot. To be honest with you, to be completely honest with you. But I'll just say, the chances of getting shiny Charmanders, 2 shiny Charmanders, not just one. I mean, one is already hard enough. I myself have hunted for shiny Charmander a lot when I was still into the game a lot. Even if I was not like hunting it for a Halloween or for the mega bracelet quest. I used to go hunt it even when I was like even if I had no time. I used to just go to Cinnabar Mansion, and just go try and hunt there. So from personal experience, just trying to find a single shiny Charmander is a big pain in the ass. Getting 2 is a phenomenal achievement indeed, a very phenomenal achievement. So okay.
I think Pink is the only one with 2 OT Charmander.
I made
Perch.
some research, and I think with OT, I'm the only one.
Yeah.
But
The
we
only
can't be
one.
sure.
Yeah,
be sure.
can't be sure, but like the only known one so far.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, but
But
he's
now I had a very big problem with that. I need the last one. I need the Charmander.
I mean,
I'm forced to
No, I
farm
mean,
a third
rich
one.
people problems. That's the rich first world
I mean,
problems.
this year's Halloween, yeah.
I think yes. If he's still with Holusha, because at the first I was hunting Holusha. I'm looking for Holusha shiny for years, and the event one.
Uh-huh.
But I'm not gonna say it unlucky because I didn't get the Holusha, but almost.
Yeah.
It's still insane to try to even just like just seeing them in front of me. It's kind of a dream. I feel like there's something inside my brain that's still telling me no. There has to be some kind of hacks involved. This can't be real. Otherwise, I'd have depression. I'd have really mild depression right now. Because if you guys don't know, I have like 5,200 hours into the game, and I haven't caught a single tier 8 shiny. Not even tier 7. So
I only caught one as well. It's only the Chikorita.
only one Chikorita?
Yeah, it's my only high tier shiny.
Oh, and you have like 6,900 hours, right?
6,000 something, yeah.
Yeah, wow, you're even 1,000 hours higher than me, and you only have one. Must
Yeah, but don't worry.
be nice. Must be nice. Having a shiny tier 8, man.
It can change really fast. Huh?
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
can get
that's
to
true.
2 really fast.
I even heard some people say that people who have surpassed the 5k hours without having a single shiny, and then it's like they open a faucet or something, and it keeps dripping shinies, 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 shinies. At least that's what I've heard. I can't confirm because I have no proof. All I can tell you is that there are stories from several people that it has happened with a lot of people, not just one person. And that's what I'm hoping for, in my case, to be honest. Just waiting to see when my faucet gets to open. Anyways, heading on to the next question. So we've asked Ren a single question from Raika. We've asked Pinklax a circle question, and we've asked both you a question. Either of you want a kind of like funny question now, or should we continue? Should we keep them as the same order that I have them in?
No, whatever. I mean, we can do a funny question. Why not?
All right. Okay. So we're gonna
I'm
go.
fine with
We're gonna go for some of the funny questions. So the question is to the both of you from Poro Queen. Would you rather fight 50 bite-sized Slurpuffs or one enormous Caterpie? Would you again the question? Would you rather fight 50 bite-sized Slurpuffs or one enormous Caterpie? Ren, you can go first.
Probably the Caterpie. I don't know.
Why? Why? Elaborate, please. Why would you choose the Caterpie?
I don't know. I have no real issues with the bugs and stuff.
Oh, okay. You
So,
don't. So that's the first reason.
Probably- Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't think about any other reason.
The thing is, the question does not say how enormous, right? So
Yeah.
at least for the Slurpuffs, you know how many there is. There's 50, and you know how size they're, like bite size. So you've eaten cupcakes, of course, before.
Yeah.
So you know what a cupcake bite size is. So why did you
Yeah,
opt to
but-
choose?
But.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that. I don't know how enormous the Caterpie is. And you might not even, like, even poking it with a knife might not even work. What about you, Pinklax?
I think I will go the same way because I think my Charizard can handle this Android Caterpie.
Okay, so you answered the question with a flex.
Yeah.
You're not normal. You're not normal, my friend. Would you? So okay, so both of you opt to choose the enormous Caterpie, even though you don't know how enormous it is.
Yeah, probably.
Well, it's a learning experience for everyone listening to this. Guys, sometimes you don't have to follow logic. Sometimes you just can choose whatever your gut tells you to
Rude.
go with. Right? Okay. One more question. Two more questions actually from Poro. These are actually kind of normal, but let's see how you guys share with these. The first question is, what is your favorite Pokemon? To the both of you. You go first, Pinklax.
My favorite Poke, I will say that I have 3 of them.
Is it Charizard?
It
Ooh,
will be
Jesus.
no, not even Charizard. My favorite Poke will be Munchlax and Snorlax, in the same family,
Munchlax
and
Snorlax.
Holusha and Typhlosion.
And who in Typhlosion? Who's before Typhlosion?
Holusha.
Howlucha. Okay.
Yeah.
So your favorite line, your favorite family is Munchlax and Snorlax.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah.
other favorites, Howlucha and
Typhlosion.
Typhlosion. If you would rate them, like 1, 2, 3, which is the top favorite, the second, the third?
The Munchlax family will be first.
Of course. That's why your name is
And-
Pinklax.
Yeah, I guess. And I don't know if I will put Holusha in second and third.
Let's say you have to judge non-discriminately, not just according to looks. Like your life. Let's say your life depends on the Pokemon.
I will say that I prefer Typhlosion since it was the second generation was very early for me.
Uh-huh.
I started with the first, but since I know Typhlosion a long time before Holusha, I will say Typhlosion in second.
Typhlosion. Okay. And what about you, Ren?
Most favorite probably Superior.
Superior.
If we go with like the top 3, then I would say Volcarona as well.
Mhm.
And probably Suicune.
Sweet.
Because I don't know, it's just a like nostalgic part. Like my first Pokemon game was Crystal.
Uh-huh.
So yeah,
So okay. So
just like a big nostalgic part for me.
So Superior would be your number 1, undisputed number 1,
Yeah.
and then Volcarona and Suicune.
Yep.
All right, there you have it, guys. Actually, it's not. You're both not too far from the norm. Like, if we like make a poll again for favorite Pokemon, lots of people are going to say probably Superior, Volcarona. Some people even like Snorlax. Not because just they like it for no reason. I think the biggest reason why people would love Snorlax is because it was one of Red's Pokemon. Lots of people who have watched or read the Pokemon manga would love like red. They really love red. And one of his Pokemon that was in his original teams was Snorlax. So I think that's why that's another reason that affects people into liking Snorlax or his family. So yeah, you're both not very far from the norm. I would have thought like, okay, they might have something that's really like weird or some weird Pokemon that no one else loves, but you guys are both turned out to be normal. So hey, what gives? How come one of you just walks like that and gets an HP Fire Epic Superior and the other just gets 2 Charmanders? Guys, these are normal people with us. Just so you know, I'm giving you all hope. Trying to give you all hope now. Okay. Next question, also from Poro Queen, for the both of you as well. Poro has been very diligent in giving lots of questions. What feature are you looking forward to most to getting implemented in Pro? Let's begin with Ren.
Whoa.
Which feature are you looking forward to the most to getting implemented in Pro?
Probably I would just like the PC update mostly,
PC
because
rework.
I personally really don't care about an auction house. I don't think it's needed.
You don't think it's needed?
No,
whatsoever?
I personally don't think it's needed, and it's also like really annoying to implement, in my opinion.
Okay, so
Well,
you've looked
at least for like the likes of Pro.
so you've
But
looked
other than that, probably PC. Yeah.
You've looked into it from all perspectives. From even if you say personally, you've given multiple reasons why. You said that it might be hard to implement. You yourself don't think you need it. You don't think for something like Pro. You've even looked from different angles.
I mean, I think the auction house would be fine for stuff like items, I'd say, but like for Pokemon, it's really hard to implement it. Like to, I played a lot of MMORPGs, and like usually in auction house there are like those, what's it called? Those price ranges for like last sold for X amount and stuff, and that's like really hard to implement for Pro, since people will just be really confused for like, I don't know, let's say the 26 speed Magnezone sold for like, I don't know, 200k, but it wasn't HP Fire, and the I don't know, 28 speed sold for like 3 million, but it was HP Fire, let's say, and like
the 30 speed ones would go for insane.
the definition why X Pokemon got sold so high is just really hard to implement.
Well,
So
to
like
be honest, this
for
is one of-
people that are kind of new to the trading stuff and like new to Pokemon just wouldn't get the prices at all. Like, I mean, sure, they still need to price check in all chat pretty much as well. And even though there are some really funny guys who just give nonsense PCs,
I have to.
it's still really hard to implement.
But I have to say something here. Don't you think that this would give rise to something like PC service? I mean, there's already like a sub forums for price checks. So the game itself already acknowledges that this might be something of very significant importance in the future. Even though, like, for example, now, even when I go to the forums, that's me thinking, that's J-Dash thinking. When I go to the forums and find that there's a sub-forum for PC checking, I'm like, who even goes there? You can just ask for PC in all chat or in help chat, or you can even ask your guildmates. So even, that's just, like I said, that's just me speaking. Don't you think that the staff or the admins themselves, the game masters, have already thought that this might be of some huge significance in the future, and that's why they made the sub-forum so early on?
I mean, it depends. It's really hard to find like a balance in between, I guess. Like, both sides aren't really that good. Like, fully asking every time in all chat or like on a sub forum isn't ideal either. But doing it with an auction house is like not really accurate as well. It's just really rough to find an imbalance, in my opinion.
It's really hard to find an imbalance. All right. So back again to the answer in case someone is joining now, or in case someone didn't or like got lost. Your answer to the question is what the feature you're looking forward to is the PC rework.
Yeah, probably mostly.
All right. And what about you, Pinklex?
I think the feature I really want to see in Pro, it will be a feature that already here in P1. It's something you allow you to farm with friends and Scully the
Ah,
double farm.
the party hunt.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think it will make the farm pretty fun with your friends.
Mhm.
But in pro, you have to take care and don't let people with more than one account to do that alone.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
pretty
Okay.
hard to balance with the current account system. But I think it will be pretty fun to farm with your friends
With your friends.
in real
So-
time.
Okay, let's just for clarity's sake, I'll be explaining to everyone who does not know what the party feature is. So there, of course, you all know that there are other Pokemon MMO games out there. One of them is called Pokémon. Pokémon. The funny thing that I saw in this game that does not that other games do not have is the party system. What the party system is basically, it allows you to join parties with like up to 5. I think it's 5 or 4 of your friends. And you can hunt together as long as one of them is like going into the grass and like trying to find Pokemon. You all get the same encounters. So for example, if one of your friends finds the shiny, all 4 of you in the same party can find the same shiny and catch it as well. That's the party feature.
I
in
don't
Pokemon.
think this is like that in a P1.
How do
It
you
can
think
be
it's-
only one shiny.
only one shiny.
Yeah, it's the same species of Pokemon, but not the same IV, nature.
Yeah, but you can encounter lots of Pokemon at the same time, so that it's
Yeah.
easier or like faster to encounter the shiny.
Yeah.
All right, so this is the feature that you're looking forward to being implemented in Pro. But we have to ask, with that comes another secondary question. Do you think it's likely to being implemented? Do you think it will be implemented? Like, do you think if they hear about it, or if they haven't heard about it already, do you think it's likely?
I don't think they think about this because I think everything that hit encounters and shiny, it's really hard to
Really hard to implement.
work on him, and they will be afraid of down the valuable of shinies,
Mhm.
and I don't think they will implement this one
Yeah,
day.
right.
But
So it's basically hopeful thinking, hopeful wishing. What's it called?
yes. Yes, it will be like a wish because I think party system, even in the story, just do the story with your friends, will make the game more very more fun.
Much easier. So it would, like you'd say that it would take away a huge part of the grind of the game. And one of the things that makes Pro unique is its grindiness. Like lots of people who I've seen online who have played other Poke MMOs have said that Pro, the first thing that you notice that differentiates Pro from other games is its grindiness. They say that it's a little bit harder than usual games or other Poke MMOs that they have played. So some people like it, some people don't. So it's kind of a bittersweet thing, I'd say. But yeah, there's one sentence that I usually say in these occasions. It is what it is. We don't know.
Yeah.
It's all up to the staff in the end whether they want to implement it or not. So we're gonna head to the last question from Poro, which is, what things do you think Pro could improve at? So this is kind of a similar question to what we were talking about, but let's just think in the peripheral of this question alone. What things do you guys think Pro could improve at? Let's go with you, Pinklax.
I think Pro can improve his communication because I will say that every time we missing a lot of important information.
Mhm.
Like for me, the rate of event should be available for everyone.
Mhm.
And even when we are waiting for an update or a part 2 of an event, we was waiting with zero information and we are just waiting.
So
And
there is no
Kind of bad
communication.
for the game.
This is also something that I don't think you're the only one asking for. It's a very, very good point, if I do say so myself. And to be honest, I'm really, really thankful that you got to that point. I thought for a long while, that I was the only one asking for this, that I was the only one telling the staff or like asking in the suggestions tab, why is there no better communication? I even put it like for a better section of a whole video about communication. I don't remember which video it was on the channel, but if you guys scroll a little bit, you're going to find it. I think it was the Digs. I think it was the Dig Spot Rework. But yeah, I'm really, really happy. I'm really, really glad that you touched on the subject. especially when you say it the way that you did.
Yeah.
Okay, and Ren, I'm sure you're going to say something very significant, so I'm very excited to hear what you're going to say about this question. Let me repeat the question for you again. What things do you think Pro could improve at? Okay, that laugh tells me a lot of things.
Yeah.
I'll give you
mean-
some time. I'll give you your time. You can take your time. I myself am gonna get hydrated right here. Don't forget to get hydrated, guys. Get your favorite snacks. Get your favorite coffee, tea, whatever you want. We're gonna be here for a little while longer.
Kind of probably would say also like the few PvE rewards from like stuff like dig spots and whatever. Because I personally don't really like that bosses are pretty much the best, or like without even any competition, the best money source in the game. Besides like resetting stuff and whatever, obviously. But yeah, I don't know. Other PvE rewards are just so
Like mediocre
so-
compared to the bosses.
Yeah. I
Have
mean,
you-
obviously they already touched like the dungeon reward with like the double reroll, which was just busted. This was like insane, but yeah, and I also one of the big things I would like to see is like maybe more options to get like access to certain areas like Guild Island or anything. Like I personally don't really enjoy the top 3 PvP
The top 3 PvP Empire thing, yeah.
restriction. Like obviously they still should remain the access to it, obviously, but like maybe 1 or 2 more options for guilds to get there besides like the 20 mysterious ticket
Yeah.
stuff as well, because it's not really worth it in my opinion.
Have you tried submitting suggestions for any of the stuff that you said right now?
I personally know. I know there was 1 or 2 suggestion threads.
That actually
Well, I
touches on a different
don't
question. I'm
remember.
kind
I
of.
think if I'm not mistaken, Bimoso had a really nice suggestion about it, but I could be wrong. I'm not sure if it was him or not.
But you
but,
yourself didn't submit any suggestions.
I
of-
didn't think really about any solution about it. I just thought like there could be maybe
So you
1
are
or 2 more options.
I understand you. So basically, you were addressing the problem without addressing a solution, without giving a solution.
Yeah, basically.
So basically, yeah, you have half
I-
of the equation, yeah.
I didn't really think about it yet. Yeah.
But don't you think, like, for example, not just you. For example, if we're talking, I don't even want to take myself as let's say someone with 300 hours. 300 hours into any game is a significant amount. It's just that because Pro is an MMO that we think anyone under 1,000, 2,000 hours is an insignificant player. But guys, if you play like normal video games, if a game is above the 60-hour threshold, that's considered like a long and grindy game. So let's say I'm giving 200 or 300 hours as like a median for players. If I'm a 200 or 300 hour player, and I see I've like touched almost everything in the game. Of course, I would not have touched it as someone who has 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, 10,000 hours into the game. But still, I believe that I myself as a player have touched on these things. Don't you guys think that it's only partially, a responsibility of me as a player to submit my suggestions to help improve the game? Or do you think that there is something itself that is keeping players from submitting their own suggestions?
Oh, I know for sure. Like, suggestions always help, even if it's like positively or negatively seen. Like, if it's a good suggestion or not, it's still one. So it's still like kind of. I mean, the pretty much every game wants like ideas about certain stuffs, about certain topics and whatever. So it's always a good thing to suggest. But
All right. Okay.
yeah, I think probably the hardest part about the suggestions is like finding where to write them down.
But you
Yeah,
believe that it should be done, like even if it's positive or negative.
I mean, yeah, sure. It always helps. Like,
Okay, and what about you, Pinklax?
I agree with Camry because every suggestion can be good. Even a bad one, we can find in this bad one some things that can be good and help with another suggestion.
Yes, exactly. Yes. All right, so I agree with you, with the both of you, wholeheartedly. To be honest, there's just one more thing that I'd like to add, like the cherry on top of this cake of a question. I'd like to say that since we were talking about communication as well, staff when they try to reject suggestions, because even if there's like a huge amount of questions or suggestions coming in, the way they shut down these suggestions might be a key indication of what makes the player comfortable with the game itself, not just suggestions. So like I said, that is going to be a key factor. As a player who has 200 or 300 hours, that is going to decide how you reply to my suggestion is going to be a key factor. Whether I'm going to become a 500-hour player, a 1,000-hour player, or if I'm totally going to drop the game. So just something out there I thought that I wanted to add to, like I said, to this question. And hopefully, if someone from the staff or from the admins watch this stream, or someone gets influenced, even if you guys watching the stream get influenced by this, don't be discouraged to submit your suggestions, whether positive or negative. Any extra amount of information helps improve the game, even if in the slightest. So yeah, let's keep on with the questions. We still have lots of questions going on. So the next question we're going is to you, Ren, and it is from Nia. If you could design a brand new Pokemon from scratch, what would be its type, and what special ability or moves would you give it?
Yeah.
I'm not good with design. Take your time.
That's actually something I haven't
you're
really
designing
thought about.
Yeah, you're designing a brand new Pokemon from scratch. What would it be its type? And would it have a special ability or an ability that's already in the game? And what moves would it have if you would give it like a new move or any other already existing moves? Have you tried doing this before?
Not really, no. I'm personally not really much of a creative guy, so don't really have that many ideas. Okay. I'm more like of a guy that can pick up on like, there's a certain idea about it, and I can bring like a few more ideas, but like a whole
new thing, yeah, from scratch.
Yeah,
that's not your plate, not your plate. Okay, let's try and think of something on the spot, really quick. Like even if you're copying off of other stuff. What Pokemon would you copy? What abilities would you combine? What typing would it be? Like even if you're picking your favorites, let's say choose your favorites for reference. What is your favorite type?
Probably grass.
Grass. Okay.
Grass or ice.
Grass or ice. Would you rather have grass as a primary or a secondary type?
Probably primary.
Primary. Okay. Do you think that there's another type that complements the grass type? Like gives it more defenses or gives it more offensive value?
I mean, it's not only about the type.
Yeah, but we're taking it step by step. We're taking it step by step.
Yeah, I know.
So do you think that there is any other type that complements the grass type? Like say, for example, grass is weak to flying and poison and ice. Don't you think steel or not flying, steel or ground would help it?
Probably more. I mean, steel isn't really that ideal either. Probably ground.
Ground. Okay, so yeah, because steel would make it 4 times a week to fire, but it would give it immunity to poison.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I mean, ground does as well.
Ground, yeah, and ground. It already has resistance to ground as a pure grass type, but if it gets steel, it's going to be neutral. So you think?
I mean, if we, yeah, exactly.
So you think
that ground probably is better in this regard?
Ground is better, but then again, it's going to be 4-time weakness to ice.
Yeah, then it's 2 ice, yeah.
Okay, so would you, if we say now between 3 choices, pure grass, grass ground, or grass steel, which would you choose?
I'll probably say grass ground.
Grass ground. Okay, we've achieved the first part. Now that you have the typing, what do you think about an ability? What are your let's say what are your favorite or not favorite? Which do you think are the most broken PvP abilities out there?
I mean, I personally, since it's a hatred of mine, is Battle Bond, so we won't use this
Battle
one.
Bond. Oh.
Yeah, no, the freaking worst ability ever introduced. I hate it. That's horrible.
Okay, so we'd say.
I mean, it also really depends on the Pokemon. For example, Protein is insanely broken on Greninja, but on the other hand, it's kind of like whatever on Kecleon. So
What? Yeah. Okay.
it really
exactly.
it really depends on the Pokemon as well.
It depends on the Pokemon. So if you're creating a Pokemon, would you rather it be mediocre or would you rather it be like completely broken, completely busted?
I personally am more of the mediocre
Mediocre
guy. I don't really enjoy like the most broken Pokemon, or like in any game I don't really enjoy the most broken stuff overall.
Okay, so
I kind of enjoy like non-meta stuff.
non-meta. Yeah. So let's say if you play PvP, you would rather enjoy UU than OU, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
So what? Again, coming back to the question, what ability would you prefer for the Pokemon? You said that you hate Protean, or not Protean. It depends on the Pokemon, but you hate Battle Bond.
Yeah.
So basically, Battle Bond is something that
Horrible.
activates once you kill something. So let's.
It's literally just a Mega Stone.
It's just a Mega Stone in an ability. So let's try and reverse it. Something that does not make your Pokemon more powerful. So we're out. Moxie is out. Speed Boost is out. Something that increases defenses like Stamina is out. So would you rather? How about something that defends you against weaknesses? How about, let's say, Levitate, or not Levitate?
I
What's it
mean,
called?
yeah, I wouldn't need Levitate.
What's it called? The other one that defends you. What's it called? Solid Rock. Solid Rock. Solid Rock makes the super effective moves on you. Instead of making double damage, they do like 1.5, I think. So how
Or
about it?
maybe-
Would you say? Would you rather
maybe-
have?
I mean, either maybe. Well, no, that's more of a.
Heat proof. See, we have someone in the chat, which is Nia, which is I think this was Nia's question, right? Yeah, this was Nia's question. Nia has already given you like a cheat. She says heat proof. If your Pokemon is going to be grass ground, it might have heat proof. Heat proof is not very broken because it does not make. It's not like flash fire. It just makes you neutral to fire. So I think this is actually very perfect for you, right?
It's not bad, yeah.
Okay, so let's say now you have a grass ground Pokemon with heat proof. What moves would you give it?
Probably more special wise.
Special wise. So
I kinda like
Storm?
special moves more.
Giga Drain,
Yeah, pretty much stuff like this. Maybe Earth Power.
Earth Power. Okay, so we have ourselves like would it be just another question out of the context here a little bit? Would it be a sweeper or would it be a tank or a wall?
Probably more sweep or like a bulky offensive one.
Bulky FS. So it's
Probably more on this.
So basically, you've drawn the outline of a better and improved version, or your own version of Superior. A special bulky sweeper, grass ground, with heat proof that has that's mostly special attackers. So something like Leaf Storm, Giga Drain, Earth Power. And since it has heat proof, it must have something like a little bit of heat. Let's say an element of heat. So what was the name of the fire move that Incinerate? It's Incinerate. Yeah, 50 base power. Incinerate that burns the berries. Would you say it might have Incinerate?
Maybe it could have it. Yeah. I mean, it kind of works with the ability. So
I feel like I'm the one who created this Pokemon.
Basically. Yeah.
I'm the one. I kind of intervened on you there because I'm like the polar opposite of you.
I'm really bad with stuff like this. Yeah.
I am actually really good with that stuff, and I enjoy. That's the kind of stuff that I enjoy. Here's a fun fact for you guys. Before this stream began, I went and put a suggestion for a new event form competition. Just so you know. So that's how you can tell I'm kind of excited when it comes to building Pokemon or building stuff. You know. All right. What about you, Pinklax? I know that this question was from Nia, only directed to Ren, but I love these kinds of questions a lot. That I want to ask it to you too. So this is from me, even though it is Nia's question, but I want to take it and ask it to you. To be honest, if you could design a brand new Pokemon from scratch, what would be its type, special abilities, or moves?
I think I would choose as a title Fire Dragon.
Fire Dragon?
Yeah, and
Alright.
it will be a glass cannon.
A
with
glass
high
cannon.
speed and high offensive stat.
Mhm.
Mixed one.
Mhm.
And as ability, I would like something similar to Victini
Something
That,
similar to Victini.
to up my accuracy on
Uh-huh.
all move.
Uh-huh. So basically, a glass cannon, Fire Dragon, something similar to Victini, and what's it called? Mega Charizard X.
Yeah,
But Mega Charizard X is not
something,
like a glass.
something
one,
between Charizard and Greninja. I want more speed on the Pokemon
right? Mhm.
and
Do you have
be
do you
more
have a
squishy.
certain stats in mind? You seem to be really good with this stuff. You seem like to have a solid idea in your mind.
I think it will be stats similar to Greninja, so high speed, something like 120,
Mhm.
and pretty mixed attack and speed attack.
Mhm. And what about the ability?
Ability will be something like Victory Star, so avoid me
yeah.
to miss a move.
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
So Victory Star, and what about the moves? You'd give it all of the all focus miss, all elemental focus
Yeah.
misses, right?
Yeah, exactly. I miss too much this move.
Okay, so you seem to have like a really solid idea in your head about a Pokemon that you would like to design. I really like that. Like I said, this is one of my most favorite things: creating Pokemon or like creating event form skins and stuff. So yeah, I really like this question. Thank you so much, Nia, for asking this question personally from me. I really enjoyed this question. Nia has one more question for you, Ren. Before we move to Pinklax, because she also has a question for you, Pinklax. So Ren, she says, as a very experienced and old player in Pro, what changes or improvements have you witnessed in the game over the years that you appreciate the most?
The most.
Yes.
Personally, probably the preview. I hated
Ah.
it early on. Without hunting without a preview, it was horrible.
Uh-huh. So you
but
like the
probably the one I appreciated the most overall. Yeah.
So the one you appreciate the most is something that is PvE related, since it helps hunting, because especially that hunting is one of the 4 pillars on which a Pokemon MMO stands on, right?
Yeah, basically. I mean, Pokemon overall, pretty much, yeah.
The Pokemon overall, yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
And now moving to the question from Nia to you, Pinklax. She says, if you could rework some quests in Pro, either to improve the game experience or just buff or nerf the rewarding, then which quest or quests would it be? She specifically said quests, so we were talking about bosses, about nerfing or buffing bosses. She did not say PvE, she said quests. If you buff the rewarding or change the game experience. So it could even be something like a legendary quest.
I think the I don't know, the Landorus and Thunderus, 3 of them,
The
I
trio,
think
yeah,
the
the
quest-
forces of nature.
is really too easy for the power of the 3 poke.
Uh-huh.
It's
Mhm.
really something like you have to spend something like less than 1 hour,
Less than
and you
1
get
hour, yeah.
3 of power of Pokemon.
I did it.
But-
I actually did that recently in a stream. I caught Jirachi and the 3 forces of nature. The stream was all like an hour and a half or something.
Yeah, it's really fast.
But
Yeah.
at the same time, you have to farm the Reveal Glass. That's pretty annoying if you don't like doing XK.
Oh yeah.
But true.
It can take like 1 month if you have nothing.
Wow.
If you start from 0.
Wow.
So,
That is
I
very
think
very
it's-
abysmal.
I think it's like I would like to see the quest more difficult, but the grinding system after to Reveal Glass less hard
Less hard.
and less
Okay.
boring.
So it needs a little bit of balance. The quest itself is too
Yeah.
easy. It needs to get harder, and the grinding for the reveal glass is too hard or long or annoying. It needs to get easier.
Yeah, I think they have to balance.
I think
Some-
Thanos likes you. Perfectly balanced, like everything should be. Indeed. I think Thanos really likes you after that answer.
If I may say something to the question,
Yeah, sure,
probably
sure, go
the Hoenn quest, the Rattata one. I hate it. That's horrible.
Oh.
It makes no fucking sense.
I feel some hatred coming from the inner parts of you.
No. I personally didn't mind doing it, but I don't think it's a good quest.
You don't think it's just a good quest overall?
Yeah, it's just I don't know. Maybe it's something else, but it doesn't make sense.
But it doesn't make
Just
sense.
so out of context, so random to just I don't know, train a level 80 Rattata and then I will let you through to the teleporter.
I understand. Okay, I think actually you're also not the only person to have voiced your opinion regarding this issue. So yeah, I actually also appreciate that answer. I actually appreciate both of you. You've given such wholesome answers this whole time. I'm so happy with how things are going on, and I'm so happy to have you guys here today. Thank you guys so much for coming today. I'm really, really happy. I just thought to say it in the middle now to let you guys know how much I appreciate you. All right,
Anytime.
moving on. Pinklax, there's an anonymous question for you. It's actually like a very normal question. I don't know why the person opted to choose to become anonymous, but here it is. What is your favorite Pokemon to use for PvE and PvP?
And for PvE, I will say that I think it's Smeargle
Smeargle.
for hunting.
Yeah,
because I think
it's basically
Smeargle
the
can-
anything Pokemon. It should be called the anything Pokemon.
Yeah, and in the past it was also the best Pokemon for doing boss.
For bosses,
But,
yeah. Until we
rule-
got the rule that had the thing with no Spore first and then the no Smeargle.
But
Yeah, someone
I'm not
asking.
even doing boss. So,
Someone asking what kind of hat is that? It is. Guess what? It is a Smeargle hat. Let me just
And-
answer him real quick. Smeargle hat exclusive cosmetic. All right. So you said your favorite for
PvP.
PvP and bosses. What about PvP?
And for PvP, I will say it's. I think it was Greninja when it was allowed,
It was
but
allowed?
with Protean.
Protein. Was just
because
about to ask
I
you. that.
really like the gameplay
Mhm.
with spamming U-turn.
The top 25 PvP council wants to know your location, Pinklax.
I would like to see Greninja open again.
I'm banned, yeah.
Yeah, because I
I'm
know
with
he's
you.
really strong, but I
But
think they
Better
they
than
made
the
too much
stale,
try for.
better than the stale meta, and better than just stall everywhere, right?
Yeah, I think there is. They said there's no solution for Greninja, but I think we already handle him for a lot of years, even if it's not a really good argument.
Mhm.
But I think Greninja could be fine. If there is only one of them, it's fine, I guess, because we don't have the surprise if it's the Battlebond one or
Mhm.
Pokemon one.
Mhm.
We know what we're gonna fight, and on Pro it's really hard to farm Greninja.
Mhm.
So when you see, for example, I fight Jadash, I pretty know how is Greninja gonna be. I'm not gonna surprise. Not everyone has 10 Greninja set in his PC. So I think in Pro it will be okay to unban him.
Alright, I see. A very, very detailed also answer from you. I really, really like it. Just so you know, just to put it on the record, I am with you. I really would like Greninja to come out. It's just that there are multiple people with multiple opinions. That's why, in my opinion, having just 25 top PvP council deciding everything, even though I know that those people might be the ones changing, like their opinions might change and stuff, but still, I mean, come on, guys. Game Freak has an entire section just for balancing the game. They get to decide what's Uber, what's gonna be banned, and what doesn't get, what gets unbanned, you know, and what gets nerfed, what stays banned. So giving this power to just the top 25 PvP, in my opinion, is kind of might be a little bit inaccurate. I'm still not going to try to talk a lot about PvP or the pro meta because I don't even PvP in pro. I tried a little bit. But yeah, I'm just trying to draw similarities from Showdown. I play Showdown a lot. I played the core games, so just trying to draw. If they both deemed Greninja normal, why is Pro the only one deeming it very broken, and they have to ban it. Probably we'll see a change once newer generations of Pokemon get introduced.
Yeah.
I mean, they're working on Australia now, so they said the terrains have been. If you guys read the last changelog, they said that the terrains have been coded. So probably with terrains, we're going to see a very wide change in the meta, in the PvP meta. So who knows? Maybe it's going to change by then. All right, heading on to the next question. I think we're done. Now we're done with the singular questions. So now we're going to go to the questions that are purely for the both of you. So you're both going to get the chance to answer now, whether you like it or not. That's what I want to say, to be honest. But in the end of the day, you get to decide if you want to answer or not. Like I said, there is no really personal questions. So let's head on into the next one. The next one is from Medusa. Speaking of Estrella, when do you think Estrella will be implemented? Who would like to answer first?
And
Who would like to answer first?
I mean, I can answer first.
Okay,
I
sure.
don't have any insights about Estrella, so I can't really give like any answer. I'll probably say not this year.
Not.
I mean,
this year.
we could be surprised. Who knows?
Mhm.
But I mean, if it's this year, then probably more like the last month of the year. So probably like around maybe October, November, roughly.
I personally think October is a little bit too early. If
But-
you said by the end of the year,
But
maybe
yeah,
December.
that's what I mean. Like, but I don't think it's this year. Probably next year.
Probably next year. Okay, and what about you? What about you? Red? Sorry, Big Lex.
I'm a part of player who's not even waiting Estrella anymore. Since it's already take too much time for something I didn't like at the beginning. So it's even taking our event.
Uh-huh.
Guess because of Estrella, we don't even have a Halloween event quest, Xmas event quest, Valentine event quest, and it's like we got a mini quest for Kangaskhan this year.
Yeah.
And the last quest, the last big quest, except the dungeon, who's not really a quest for an event, was the summer event last year. I think it's pretty long for something already talked like 5 years ago. So I think it will be up when it's.
We can actually go into depth with this question, but I would like to just keep it superficial for now because an Estrella, like, if we're going to talk about Estrella, it's going to be its entire stream alone. Estrella, talking about Estrella. What do you think is going to happen? What do you think is going to be implemented? Do you think that there's a solid reason why it's taking so long, even despite we got like an announcement like 5 years ago? Even if you like exclude that, do you think they might be trying to implement something that is original, an original idea that is taking so long? Maybe that's why. So yeah, all these things, there's lots of factors, lots of things to talk about. I'd like to keep it out now, so since I got a fully respectable answer from both of you, I'm just gonna move on to the next question, to be honest. The next one is, again, like I said, to the both of you. It's from Blackie. He says, how did you discover Pro and what was the selling point for you? I really like this question, especially because of the selling point. This is something I really would like to hear. So, Pinklax, would you like to go first?
Yeah, I can. I discovered Pro thanks to friends who played the game and told me about the game.
What year?
And it was in early 2016.
Early 2016. Okay. So that's how you discovered it. And what was the selling point for you when you tried it because of your friend? What kept you playing?
I was like, it's an insane game. How did we don't know about this game?
Back into the old 2016 days.
Yes. It was like the game I was waiting for a long year. The Pokémon games I was waiting for a long year. Since you can play with a lot of friends,
with other players.
Encounter a lot of people. And at the beginning there is nothing a lot to do, but I think starting Pro now will be a very good point since now you have a lot of things to do.
Lots of things.
Not when you have almost 10k years.
10k hours, 10k hours.
Of
10k years.
Yeah, not years.
Shenlong playing Pro since 10,000 years ago.
But I think start Pro now will be also. I would like discover Pro now.
Okay, so you're saying that discovering Pro now is much better for someone who
Yeah.
is looking to play a Pokemon, a group, like a multiplayer, a Pokemon MMO, multiplayer online game. Alright, what about you,
Now
Conmiran?
you have
Oh, okay, keep going. There's something you want to say, Big Lex?
you have too much things to do now on Pro,
Mhm.
and you don't have to wait a lot of hours to unlock some precise area.
Mhm.
Everything is open to you now, and
It's
pretty
much
fun.
easier. It's much better. Much more beginner friendly. I mean.
yeah.
All right. I want to ask you both a question after following this one, so we'll wait for after Ren's answer. Just remind me if I forget. Ren, go ahead.
Yeah. It's basically the exact same story. A friend of mine told me about it, and we were looking for like a Pokemon like more than just one region without playing like ROM hacks or anything. And one time he just DM'd me and said, "Hey, I found." I don't even remember. I think it was a YouTube video talking about Pro.
Oh ho ho.
I was like, and I was like, yeah, sure, we can check it out. Why not? Looks good. And yeah, so we both started playing. He doesn't play anymore because he is busy IRL. But yeah, the selling point probably is just overall it has more than just one or two generations. It has like quite a few regions. I mean, early on there wasn't much to do. It was also early to 2016. But yeah, nowadays there's
There's a
like
lot.
Piglex,
to do.
like Piglex already said, there's a lot to do. They also reduced quite a few of the hour requirements, which is also actually a really good change over the years. Yeah,
So okay. So
I can. It's
basically-
literally the exact same story.
you also. Yeah, that's actually I would like to hear that. So you also began playing in around 2016 as well, right?
Yeah, early 2016.
Yeah, early
I
2016.
had a
Wow.
break in between, but yeah,
How long of a break are we talking about? here?
roughly 2 years. It
2
was like
years. Ooh.
yeah, 2018 I believe to 2020. I returned like Halloween 2020.
Okay. And what about you, Pinklex? Did you have a break in the middle, similar to Ren?
Yeah, I got like 2 years break, I guess.
Also 2
Because,
years.
At the beginning, I was playing with friends, doing story.
Are you guys
and
the same
was,
person, and you're just imitating
Nah.
different accents, or what?
No, no.
No. So all my friends leaving the game, so I leave the game too, and we came back doing the story again.
What made you come back? What made you want to come back?
I think it was a new region because when I was doing for the first time the game, we didn't finish all regions, so we came back to finish, and we came back a lot to finish.
And then
and
you stayed.
After that, some years after, I was like, why I wouldn't play pro. I started and I stayed.
Okay. And you too, Ren, what made you come back after the break?
I didn't really have any games to play at this time, pretty much, and I was just looking for like any game to like play during, I don't know, watching series or anything.
You said also
And I
that you were
saw-
coming. Yeah, you were coming back during 2020, so it was during the pandemic, right?
Yeah, this as well. And like, I don't know, I just was going through like some Discords, and just saw that like the Halloween event came online like, I don't know, a week ago or so. And I was like, yeah, sure, why not? Might check it again. And since then, I'm pretty much playing the game.
Hooked onto the game.
Maybe a few weeks on off, but overall,
Yeah.
pretty active.
Still playing active. Okay. So the
Yeah.
question that I wanted to ask you guys relating to this, especially the selling point, do you think content creators play an important role in giving you that selling point, in showing you that selling point? Ren, would you like to answer first?
Sorry.
Do you think content creators, like whether people who do YouTube videos, whether people who do like posts on the forum, like sometimes people,
Yeah,
I've heard about certain people who do not like learn about the game from YouTube or from friends. They actually go to the game's forum itself, checking it out, and then they just happen to go upon see a post that tells you about the game itself. Do you think that those kinds of stuff, the content creators, the people who do these kind of stuff, affect the game really in a positive way? It's the one that gives you the selling point.
Mostly, yeah. I mean, obviously there will always be some content creator who just talks some nonsense about the game and just tries to talk it bad, but in the end, he still advertises the game. Doesn't matter if it's in a
Yes,
good or
any-
bad way, and
any-
people will still join the game and like still
They get to
kind
decide for
of
themselves.
make their own
Decision.
point of view of the game. So
Okay.
yeah, I don't even think the one I saw back then was a content creator one. It was just like roughly a rough explanation of what pro is, without like anyone really
Knowing.
showing much of gameplay.
Uh-huh.
Maybe I'll find the video. I can try looking for it.
Okay. And
Just like a rough explanation with like, I think it was 3 regions back then, 2 regions. I don't remember.
that is very old. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a really old video.
Mhm.
Like the early days of pro.
And what about you, Pinklex?
My opinion of this is the content creators are really important for the game since they touch a lot of people and in every country. For example, when I started to play pro, my friends told me about the game, but my friends discovered the game thanks a French hype about the game. All streamer in French was playing this game,
Mhm.
so that allowed to.
So you think the nationality of the content creators themselves actually matters to the people within their own country or within their own like?
Yeah, they have a
language.
huge impact of recruiting new player,
Mhm.
and we can see the same example last year when the Spanish
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
TikTok,
the Spanish. Yeah. The
got,
Spanish invasion.
like,
Yes.
a lot of views, and
Yes, people.
we all
the
see
number,
in game
yes.
the impact of only one
Yeah.
TikTok.
Yes, exactly. It was very huge. The number of online players was like sitting at
Yeah.
around 400. When it was crowded, like during World Quest, it was 600. It went up to 1,100, or I think it might have even hit the 1,200, just because of a single
yeah.
Spanish TikTok. Now
Yeah,
imagine,
yeah.
imagine someone from America. Now imagine
Exactly.
that. Wow, the entirety of America is going to be playing the game.
And the people behind the TikTok wasn't even famous.
Wasn't even
So-
famous. Whoa!
No, the TikTok just exploded
Exploded.
and,
Yeah.
for no reason.
For no reason.
No reason, but no apparent reason.
Yeah, I
Since,
get you. Yeah. So it just went viral, and then the game
Yeah,
just carried on from there.
exactly. And I think having a lot of players, it's really good for the game. So I'm happy with that. Even if you have a very big invasion.
A very huge invasion. Okay, I got you. All right. One more question that is anonymous, and then the rest are known. So again, for the both of you, in terms of hunting Pokemon, what route or routes do you always go back to when you have nothing to hunt? So basically, he says if you're like bored with the game, if there's nothing specifically that you're aiming for, in terms of hunting, that's what he means by when he says in terms of hunting. What routes do you always go back to? Pinklax, would you like to go first?
I have two solutions when there is no event or nothing to hunt. Sometimes I have one specific Pokemon for no reason. I want to have him. Last time it was a Dredigon.
Dredigon.
I
wow.
started to farm Dredigon for a while. I didn't get anything good, but tried and keep me in game.
Mhm.
And in most of the time, I'm just chilling at Pincan Island and
Oh
farming,
yes, it's the same thing that I always
items.
do. Yeah. I even went to the trouble of putting it into my my leveling methods video, because when I was first preparing for that video, I was thinking, okay, so what is the goal of this video? It is to help people see the new leveling method, which was Chimecho. Okay, and then I thought, okay, I borrowed 3 or 5 Chimechos from a friend and I used the method. And then I said, okay, I will keep using this method until like my Pokemon reaches like level 93, 94. So what am I gonna do with the rest of them? I usually go to Pinkin and I just keep on knocking out wild Pokemon, gaining money, and having the chance of encountering the pink Pokemon themselves. So I opted to put that as the second solution, or like a complement to the solution itself in the video. And I think that's how most people think about when there's no event going on in the game. They usually try to go to Pinken Island. I think that's why you as well thought that you're chilling in Pinken. But you said that if there's a certain only if there's a certain Pokemon you're thinking about, you go to that route. So it's not just like one specific route that you go to. It's just Pinken.
I'm just going to Pinken.
Just Pinken. Okay. And what about you, Ren?
Yeah, it's either Pinken or probably Ralts, like the Repel. What is it? The 100, 105,
yeah.
I believe.
I
yeah.
don't remember exactly. I'm not much of a
mostly
Repel
because let's see. No, it's 102.
102.
Mostly just because I want the OT shiny rods.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, otherwise I'm mostly just hunting whatever I need or whatever I want.
Whatever you
if
feel
it's
like
like
at the time.
dungeon stuff or like just farm stuff during events. But if there's literally nothing to do, it's either Pinken or the routes hunt.
Alright, okay, so we're done with the anonymous questions. Pinklex, I think there was something that you wanted to say before we go on to the next question?
Don't remember.
Okay, if you remember it anytime, you're
can
welcome to stop us in the middle. We're closing to the end, so hopefully you guys are not too tired. There are like only 2 questions left. So before the last question, oh actually there's 3. There's 2 from the same person, which his name is Beto. He says, do you have any hints about the operation of RNG in the game? I know it's kind of a complicated question. So do you get the question, or would you like me to kind of like simplify it? Because when he asked this question, it was similar to a rant, and I had to like squeeze it down to like a single question, you know what I mean? So do you understand the question? It says, do you have any hints about the operation of RNG in the game?
Yeah, I kind of assume it's probably related to the low our accounts getting good months or whatever. It's probably related to this, but I mean in the end we literally have like the best example in the voice chat here with Pinklex finding like two shiny
Charmanders,
ones.
yes, 2 shiny Charmanders.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So in the end it's still pure RNG, even though it kinda looks weird sometimes. I can agree. I sometimes want it as well. But yeah, I mean in the end I can't really say for sure. We don't know the
RNG
numbers
operates,
and the thoughts, yeah.
And what about you, Pinklex?
I'm the same point of view because I got 2 rare shiny, so I can't say the low hours count. Only low hours count got pretty good months, even if it's appear a lot. But I think the RNG is pretty weird sometimes.
Yeah.
Really pretty weird. Even when you hunt some event poke, we can go to 2,000 encounters without getting nothing. But we don't even know the rate, so it could be normal or just weird.
Yeah, right. That also goes back to the question where we answered. You would like the rates to come back and become common knowledge, public knowledge.
I would like the rate came back.
Yeah.
Even the old rarity tier, I think just said a rare poke. It's pretty weird when we know a 7 tier is less harder to hunt than a 9.
Oh.
I think just hide behind the rare, it's pretty annoying for player.
Okay.
Yeah, I personally think both forms of like either tier or like the rare common uncommon stuff is really really misleading, because in the end it all depends on the spawn. Because like I don't know in some spawns tier 8 could have been like every 50 minutes, and in some spots it's like 1 every 2 hours.
2 hours.
Like for example the Absol one on route, what is it?
Oh, I think I went there.
The Absol Repel, it's horrible.
I think it's 209,
it's still a
I think.
Yeah, it's still a tier 8, but the spawn is just so bad.
Atrocious.
It's so
atrocious. It's so atrocious. That was the last
time.
time
And on
I
the other
attempted to
side, we
repel.
have like, let's say the what's the best example? Probably the Outbreak, the Alomaro Outbreak, or like the Cypher Repel in the Safari, which is like, I don't know, feels like a T6 during night. So it's both ways is probably kind of misleading. I personally think the current one is less misleading, but I can fully understand if people want the old tier system back.
Alright, so he asked like a secondary question, but I think we've already asked it, but let me just ask it for the sake of it. His continuation of the question was, how true is it that players with low playtime have higher chances of encountering rare Pokemon? You guys like caught up on it, but still, yeah, I'd just like to answer the question. I'd like to ask the question, just to be clear on everything that was on that person's mind when they were saying it. So if you guys have any additions regarding this specific part of the question, you're welcome to share it.
Yeah, like I said, I don't think it's true. Even though we had quite a few lower accounts that got really lucky. I agree, it really looked weird. But I mean, I for myself hunted on my alt account and wasn't lucky at all. Like barely any forms. I think my alt account has like one high tier event form after like 1k hours. That's it. So yeah, I don't think it's a thing. It does look weird sometimes. I totally agree. But yeah,
But
I mean,
yeah.
we just see the best examples in like all chat or like in trade chat with like old, I don't know, 3,000, 4,000 plus our accounts like show their new shiny and whatever. Like I think yesterday or 2 days ago, just got like a decently good shiny. Is it Medicham? Like I think it was a Medicham.
You mean
from
you,
like
you were the one who got it?
No. Just saw in the chat. It's like also a 3,000 or 4,000 hour account.
Oh,
so
okay.
yeah,
Okay, yeah. Okay.
it's like 3122, I believe. So yeah, it's a really good one.
Okay, Pinklax, any additions?
Yeah, I will say that we all have this impression of our account got a lot of things compared to high hours account, but we have to take in proportion that there is a lot of few hours player compared to high hours player.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's play in the game, and but one of my Charizard shiny is from one of my alt account with only 100 hours. So it's like it took me 6k hours to find one Charizard shiny on my main, but only 100 on my alt. I also have a lot of weird experience with my friends. I have a friend who was hunting Pink Scyther for years, legit years.
Wow.
Got one shiny, and one shiny Munchlax too, and one pink Munchlax.
But not the
he came on his alt account, and the first day he got the pink Scyther.
Wow.
And it was even the shiny Munchlax wasn't in his main. It was one day before the Scyther.
For the pink,
He started the Pinkan on his alt account, he got shiny Munchlax, and in the evening he got the pink Scyther. It was like, what the fuck. Even for me, when I was hunting at the beginning of the game pink Munchlax, I got two pink Scythers the first and the third day. My both first pink was Scyther, and impossible to me to encounter a pink Munchlax. And I came back years ago on my alt account when it was low hours account, and without repels I got Munchlax pink when I was hunting for a pink Windle. It was like, what the fuck.
RNG is weird, yeah. RNG, I agree.
Yeah.
On that. RNG can be weird sometimes, yeah.
Exactly.
Alright, so I'm not going to wait any further or like try to elongate this stream any longer. I'm gonna go ahead with the last question like right away, and it is from one of my like usual followers that comes a lot, and his question is, how do you keep yourselves motivated to keep playing the game, especially during times when there are no events running? So basically now when there are like no new events, no new quests. So either of you who wants to answer first, Ren, if you'd like to go first.
Usually without events, I just hunt, just train all the stuff I got during the events. So basically just, I mean, actually not EV training. I hate EV training. I usually just level. I hate it. It's so boring. But during events, it's mostly just hunting. I mean, I haven't gotten any good forms since like 2 months, I believe, or so.
You think
So
2
it
months?
Kinda. Yeah. The last one, or 2 months or 3 months, I don't remember. I think the last one was during Valentine's. Was a random Worlds, but yeah, not the chess one. I didn't play chess at all this year. But I don't know. Usually I just go watch some streams, some series, or like some YouTube videos during hunting.
Yeah, so
I mean,
you
sometimes,
you watch
sometimes it is really demotivating because sometimes the spawns are really rough. Like it kind of gets annoying, seeing like only, I don't know, let's say 2 rares during, I don't know, 2 or 3 hours.
Especially
Even
not
though you're
knowing the race,
literally.
right?
I mean, I personally don't care about the raids much. It's just I don't really care. It wouldn't change much about for me if I knew the raids or not. But yeah, sometimes it can be really demotivating. But I don't know. Currently, I don't really play many other games since there aren't really a lot of good games out there currently, in my opinion. So yeah,
So you
it's,
just
it's
go to-
mostly it's. I literally just click A and D during while watching series. So yeah,
While
there's not
watching
much to it.
Okay, so it doesn't come down to whether there's an event or not. It just comes to the point where
Not for me.
yeah, if you can just keep yourself entertained.
Actually, I kind of enjoy the time sometimes when there's no event, because there's no like you have a limited time to find like, I don't know, X form for like
Yes,
stuff.
I
Sometimes
understand.
it is really nice. I don't like the like one event ends the other day, the next event starts. I don't really enjoy this, but I kind of like the few, I don't know, let's say like 2-3 weeks in between, maybe even a month.
I really understand where you're coming from, yeah. Alright, Pinklax, by the way, I just forgot to say that this question is from Undoge or Gabby. He's here in the chat as well. He might as well say hi to you guys. So like I said, his question says, just in case you want me to repeat it, Pinklax, how do you keep yourself motivated to keep playing the game, especially during the times when there are no events? So if there's something that keeps you motivated during events, you're welcome to say it as well.
Okay, so what keep me playing the game and motivate me to play will be to hunt a specific Pokemon I really want. So that keep me hunting and doing my stuff, farming. But most of the time, the only thing that keep me motivated is playing with friends, farming with friends, in Discord, talking during farming. That makes the game
Much more fun.
pretty fun and much more fun.
Yeah, that's true.
And because if you start to play and still be alone after some hours, I don't think there is a lot of things to keep motivate you to play the game. So I think I will just say playing with friends and farming what I want to farm, and that's it.
Do you play with some in real life friends, or do you play with your friends in the guild?
At the beginning I played with EL friends, but they all left the game. But during my 10k hours of playing, I meet a new friend, very good friends from old guild or new guild, and I'm still in vocal with them when I'm playing, even if they don't play that much of the game anymore.
Yeah. But they still keep you motivated to play the game.
Yeah.
What about you, Ren? Do you have any friends?
It's kind of like a little competition also in between those friends, like not in a bad way, but just like
yes, friendly competition. Yeah,
the form
anything.
first and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do think stuff like guilds and whatever are really important for the game to also like I think like that to keep you motivated to like have this friendly competition. I used to play with some IRL friends, but they all stopped playing the game after like some quit after like the first month or so, some after a few years. Currently there are none. Maybe one will return after he's done with like exams and stuff. But we'll see.
I kind of
But,
envy you guys on that point. I never played pro with any real life friends. Some of my friends actually enjoy. I have lots of friends who love Pokemon itself, but they just don't see the appeal of pro. You know, they're just tied to the video games, the core games themselves.
Yeah.
And that's good enough for them. Even if they even try like the Pokemon TCG, they don't think that like investing hours into a Pokemon fan game is that productive, or it's not like something that attracts them. They're not attracted to that kind of thing. So I kind of envy you guys on that point.
I personally also, the part I really enjoy about Pro compared to like the original games is like you actually have to hunt for your stuff. Like it's 10 times easier to find like shinies in like the original games. And so it kind of feels more what's it called? More
of a competition, you mean? Or
yeah, no, more exciting to find
more
shinies
engaging,
in
okay.
Pro. More engaging, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, more engaging, yeah.
And well, one thing I also really enjoy about Pro is that we do not have breeding, so it's really like hard hunting. I mean, sometimes you get a good mon in like 2 encounters. Okay, yeah, you're lucky. That's good RNG, but usually it takes like, I don't know. I mean, for example, I've been farming Lavesta since Easter event started.
Yeah, you told me.
Got, like, I've got one okayish Lavesta and literally nothing else usable.
Wow.
And I don't know, sometimes I hunt other forms and get like, I don't know, 4 out of 5 good ones that are at least, I don't know, 2 or 3 of them are sellable.
Variety,
so yeah,
variety is the spice of life, anyways. Yeah, I'm sure that's something that the staff think of, like they use it as reasoning when they try to make the game hard. That if people if it's always repeatable, if every event is the same as the other, you hunt for like 5 days and you get 4 to 5 usables of the same Pokemon, you're going to get bored. So I think that also comes down to the point where we spoke about rates. Remember when we said that mostly, I'm sure about it, and I'm sure about this, that the rates are not uniform for everything. Like there are some Pokemon that might have different rates than the others, just to add like a spicy mix to the event island itself, to the events themselves, to the experiences of the people playing the game, right?
Yeah, this for sure.
So
like
those,
I don't know, I've been hunting in Path, Suzuka Path with like membership, and I swear to God, the what's it called? The grass one, the Flabeppe?
Flababy, Flababy, that's the fairy one, yeah.
This one just spawns way more often than Togepi and Lavesta. There's nobody can convince me otherwise. I've seen this shit one, I don't know how many times compared to like Lavesta.
Even
and all 3 of them are counted as rare. This definitely spawns way more often than the other ones.
I think you're going to harbor a personal grudge against Flababy now.
I personally don't mind the Pokemon, but
yeah, see,
damn, in this spawn, I hate it.
I see it. Well, at least that's a message to you. Stop using MS. Stop being too rich for your own good.
yeah, true. If only there was an option to
close.
Disable it.
I think there is. Wait, isn't there?
No, it's only black membership.
Only for black.
Membership.
Well, hey, new suggestion, guys. We need a new NPC that disables membership even while it's active. There you go. Yeah, well, every day we discover something new, and like I said, suggestions, even how minute even if they are small, they might give you the most minute detail that might give an improvement to the game. So hey, what do you know? It's a small improvement. I don't think it's going to be hard for them to implement. So maybe if Wallace hears about it, he might actually think, okay, let's just implement it for the players if it's something that the players need. Because it's already implemented with BMS, so why not implement it with
it would be a really good quality of life, yeah.
Yes, exactly. And believe me, pro players need a lot of life quality when playing the game, believe me.
There are a lot of small things that would make the game even better, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. All right, we're done with all of the questions. believe it or not, we went through like 19 or 20 questions in just in the span of an hour and a half. I thought we were actually going to take like around 2 hours or something. But wow, you guys have actually given really detailed questions. I was not expecting this. I thought that you might take a little bit more time thinking about the questions. But you guys actually seem to be really good with this thing. I'm really happy with how it turned out, and I'm really happy that you guys joined me today. Are there any final thoughts, any last things you'd like to say before we end the stream?
Not really, no. I mean, thank you for having us, I guess.
You're very welcome. Thank you for coming. Thank you for making the stream.
Yeah, sure, anytime. I mean, was a lot of fun. The questions were kinda nice, kinda interesting. Even though the slurp of Get Up by One was yeah.
Kudos to Poro Queen for that one. That was
Yeah, true.
Probably the best question I've read. Even when I was collecting the questions, I was like, wow, this question is really fun.
Yeah.
And at the same, it's really intriguing.
True that.
All right.
Yeah, no, was good, was fun.
And you, Pinklax? Any final thoughts?
I think Renz said everything, and thank you everyone for your question. And
I am still convinced to this point that you're both the same person, but using a different accent. I'm still convinced to this point. You guys are so similar in various things, and I think this stream will help shed light on your personalities more to people now. If you would ask me a question, why did I even begin with the celebrity Q&A thing? It's for one thing that came to mind when I wanted to do this. Before like collaborating or before thinking about growing the channel, I thought about, okay, what makes a game feel less like a game and more like a person's second life? You know, there are people out there who come and play pro after their work hours, after their school hours, just to kick back, relax, and wind up, you know. So I thought, okay, how about we shed some light on some celebrities, or like basically when I mean celebrities, I mean people who've been playing the game for a long time, or people who have done something exceptional that is very different from other people who have done in the game. The reason that I did this is because I wanted the game to have different color, you know, different color, different varieties. So showing you guys, like showing your personalities, showing that the different people, the different lives, or the different opinions of the people that play this game might actually give Pro much more different shadings than it already has for different people. And I really hope that this gives more motivation, not only to the players, but to the staff as well, to keep striving and doing their best towards the game. And I really hope you guys enjoyed it today, and I really hope this ends up being a push towards the right direction for the game, and not just for the game, but also for the players, even not just in the game, but outside the game in your lives as well. So thank you guys again. Thank you once more for coming here today. Thank you for making the stream really awesome.
Anytime.
And in the future, again, in any celebrities, if you guys have any questions, they might actually be making some surprise appearances if they have time from time to time. We'll make sure that if you guys enjoyed it, we're gonna give you more content of this type. Once again, thank you guys so much for coming today, and thank you for making the stream really good. I think we're gonna sign out now. If you guys have anything that you want to say before leaving, you're welcome to do so.
Yeah, not pretty much anything said. Thanks for the questions. They're really good.
And thank you.
Thanks for inviting me, and probably also Pinklax.
You too.
So yeah, really good. I don't mind helping or joining again if I got time.
All right.
So yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, guys. I'll be ending the stream on that note. Thank you guys so much for coming today, and thank you for making the stream really wholesome. And thank you guys who made the stream really lively with your comments, with your engagement. I hope you enjoyed this kind of content. If you want to see more of this, make sure to leave a subscribe and a like on the stream to tell YouTube that this is the kind of content that should be pushed for the game for going forward. And like always, guys, you know that I do this content first and foremost for your enjoyment. So if you would like to see more of it, please do let me know, because your opinion is really crucial when it comes to the way that I'm driving this channel, and it might affect the game as a whole. So make sure to let me know your thoughts in the Discord, join the Discord, or even in the comments after the stream ends. And once again, thank you guys for joining today, and I'll see you guys next time. Stay safe. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.